Welcome, old friends and new friends. I just tell the focus and aim of this two-day forum. No, thank you to the globalization of Western-rooted social work. Please do not force us. Your social work. Voices of objection to Western-rooted social work have been heard from various parts of the world and from various different angles. In this 24-hour relay forum, we'll hear from many of our friends. Our African colleagues will have a session on decolonization, which they have been discussing for many years. Our colleagues from Oceania region will examine the topic of indigenous social work, which may well be the core of their social work theory and practice. And the North American team will join them on the same topic with reference to some elements of other team subjects. Our President Zulhata will talk about his emphasis on spirituality, which has been lacking in Western-rooted social work. Our Asian colleagues will introduce Buddhist social work, which they have been exploring for the last several years, first in the field. It is not the only. It is not the only form of social work. It means Western-rooted social work. Most people think and act as if the term social work and Western-rooted social work meant the same thing, but in actual fact, there are various other social works throughout the world. Western-rooted social work represents a great achievement. However, Western-rooted social work cannot work for all people in the world. It cannot solve their problems because Western culture and that of other countries is different, and the level of industrialization and other political, economic, and social conditions are also very different from those upon which Western-rooted social work has been based. Secondly, it is not in place. Western-rooted social work simply does not exist in the majority of countries of this world. Its resource is very limited. But don't worry, each society has its own social work, even though it may never have actually called it social work. Otherwise, the society would not have been able to sustain itself. Recently, our Vietnamese, Sri Lankan, Thai and Bhutanese friends have conducted empirical research which confirms this. People's social work, people's social work needs have been filled by someone in the villages where there were no Western-rooted social workers. Social work was born in Europe and matured in North America, and now people want to make it the whole world. Western-rooted social work people want to disseminate and promulgate their social work throughout the world. Wait, it's simply the globalization of Western-rooted social work. The dissemination of values, standards, theories, technologies, and skills from the central part of the world to the peripherals part of the world is a typical globalization definition according to its classic globalization definition. We have to start with our indigenous social work. A social work mutually acceptable to the whole world can be reached only by embracing and assuming all indigenous social work in each part of the world, not by globalizing Western-rooted social work. Western-rooted social work is a social work among some of many. To lead social work onto the next stage in this development is the aim of this 24-hour relay forum, although each session has its own focus and aim. Please enjoy 2 days. Thank you.